Welcome to Express News. I'm Amritpal Singh. This is a premium content on DD India. We break every news into different parts and bring it to you. Generally, it's read fast. I'll read it slow for you. Let's begin. India's External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar concluded a productive and positive visit to the United States and thanked Secretary of State Marco Rubio. The External Affairs Minister said that historic India-US trade deal is in final stages of detailing and that will be completed very soon. Dr. Jaishankar attended the Critical Minerals Ministerial meet in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Speaking at the meeting, the minister stressed the need to secure and diversify global supply chains for critical minerals. Minister Jaishankar further highlighted India's efforts towards greater resilience through initiatives including National Critical Minerals Mission, Rare Earth Corridors and Responsible Commerce. Dr. Jaishankar also conveyed India's support for the Forge initiative aimed at strengthening cooperation on critical minerals and ensuring reliable, sustainable supply chains essential for future technologies. On the sidelines of the meeting, the External Affairs Minister met his Canadian counterpart Anita Anand. The two leaders spoke about taking the Indo-Canadian ties forward. Jaishankar also met with Peru's Foreign Minister Hugo de Zella. Both agreed to deepen cooperation. In a weekly press conference, speaking on buying oil from Venezuela, the spokesperson of the External Affairs Ministry said that diversifying India's energy sourcing is in keeping with the objective market conditions and evolving international dynamics, and it is at the core of the strategy to ensure this. On the invitation of Prime Minister of Malaysia, Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will pay an official visit to Malaysia this Saturday and Sunday. This would be the third visit of Prime Minister Modi to Malaysia. The Ministry of External Affairs said that the Prime Minister will hold bilateral discussions with the Prime Minister of Malaysia. The leaders will review progress on the India-Malaysia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership. Commemorating 50 years of long-standing and multifaceted India-Seychelles bilateral ties, the President of Seychelles, Dr. Patrick Hermine, arrived in Tamil Nadu's capital, Chennai. Talking about business news now, Indian equity benchmark indices declined on Thursday with Nifty 50 down by 133.20 points at 25,642.80. And the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, Dr. Harini Amara Surya, thanked the Government of India and Prime Minister Modi for facilitating the exposition, calling it a blessing for the people of Sri Lanka. Prime Minister Narendra Modi expressed gratitude to the Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayake for inaugurating the exposition of the Holy Devini Mori relics. In a post, the Prime Minister highlighted India and Sri Lanka's deep civilizational and spiritual ties. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal on Thursday said that the first tranche of India-US bilateral agreement is almost ready and a joint statement will be issued in the next 4 to 5 days, after which the US will issue an executive order to reduce the tariff to 18%. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres praised India's leadership as the country is all set to host the India AI Impact Summit 2026 in New Delhi on the 19th and the 20th of February. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh flagged off a joint expedition to Mount Aconcagua in Argentina from New Delhi on Thursday. The mountain at 6,961 meters stands as the highest peak in South America and the highest mountain outside Asia. Rajnath Singh hailed the examination of leadership, teamwork and mental resilience which define the finest mountaineers of India. In Chhattisgarh, an encounter broke out between security forces and Naxalites in the Bijapur district. Reports suggest that the Naxalite commander and divisional committee member Udham Singh has been killed in the encounter. Jammu and Kashmir under Operation Trashi-1, 3 Pakistani terrorists affiliated with Jaish-e-Mohammed were killed in 2 separate encounters in Kishtwar and Udhampur districts. The operation was conducted by joint troops of the Army, the J&K Police and the CRPF. The lower house of Indian Parliament, that's Lok Sabha, adopted the motion of thanks to the President's address to the joint sitting of both houses of Parliament by voice vote. President Draupadi Murmu had addressed both houses on the 28th of last month. Let's bring you business news once again. Indian equity benchmark indices declined on Thursday with Nifty 50 down by 133.20 points at 25,642.80. The Sensex was down by 503.76 points to close at 83,313.93 on Thursday. The Indian rupee ended at 90.26 per dollar on Thursday. Gold futures manufacturing on 2nd of April was priced at 1,52,152 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. And silver futures for 5th of March maturity stood at 2,50,118 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. Brent crude futures fell by 1.55% to $68.43 a barrel on Thursday. Google parent Alphabet claimed that it was targeting capital expenditure of $175 billion to $185 billion this year. Shares of the company fell by more than 6% in extended trading. Along with Meta, the 3 cloud companies are expected to collectively shell out more than $500 billion on AI this year. Meta last week hiked its capital investment for AI development this year by 73%, targeting spending between $115 billion and $135 billion. The Washington Post, owned by billionaire Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, announced major job cuts, calling the move a painful but necessary restructuring to secure its future amid financial pressures. U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday that he would not have considered former Fed Reserve official Kevin Warsh for the role of central bank chief unless he aligned with lowering interest rates. U.S. and Iran have agreed to hold talks in Oman on Friday, even as they remained at odds over Washington's insistence that negotiations include Tehran's missile arsenal and Iran's vow to discuss only its nuclear program. Iran has pushed to restrict the negotiations to discussing its long-running nuclear dispute with Western countries, but U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that talks would have to include the range of Iran's ballistic missiles. Russia and Ukraine started a second day of U.S. brokered talks in Abu Dhabi on Thursday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Ukraine's goal remains clear for an effective end to the conflict through firm security guarantees and increased pressure on Moscow. Ukrainian negotiator Rustem Umerov described the discussions as meaningful and focused on practical steps towards lasting peace. Russian President Vladimir Putin's envoy Kirill Dmitriev said on Thursday that there was progress and a positive movement forward in negotiations on peace in Ukraine. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that progress has been made, though key challenges remain. Russian overnight drone strike in Ukraine's capital Kyiv injured 2 people on Thursday. The strike caused damage to residential buildings, while debris fell on the roof of an office building, causing a fire. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Wednesday called on US and Russia to urgently conclude a new nuclear arms agreement, warning that the expiration of the New START treaty comes at a critical moment for global peace and security. The United Nations said on Wednesday that the threat from Islamic State group has grown globally since mid-2025, becoming more complex as the jihadist network adapts. Bill Gates' name has also surfaced in the newly released Epstein files, and he has expressed regret over any time spent with Jeffrey Epstein. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Wednesday said that he regretted naming Peter Mandelson as the ambassador to the US following fresh allegations about disgraced envoy's close ties to Jeffrey Epstein. King Charles III's younger brother, Prince Andrew, is under intense pressure to explain his close ties to Jeffrey Epstein after US Justice Department released a new batch of documents. He has moved to a remote country estate after leaving his longtime home. The US Supreme Court allowed California to use a new electoral map designed to give Democrats 5 more congressional seats, improving the party's chances of regaining control of the US House of Representatives. US President Donald Trump urged followers in Texas to get out and vote for the phenomenal Republican candidate in the state Senate race. US President Donald Trump suggested in an interview on Wednesday that a softer touch may be needed on immigration after 2 US citizens were shot dead by federal agents during raids in Minneapolis. Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, met on Wednesday with oil executives from Spain's Repsol and France's Morel and Prom, a month after the US deposed leftist leader Nicolas Maduro. Hundreds of indigenous people have been protesting in northern Brazil for the past 2 weeks against dredging and port development on Amazonian rivers, raising concerns over the impact of grain export infrastructure on their way of life. Nearly 200 people have been killed by armed men in separate attacks in remote villages in central and northern Nigeria as security forces searched for survivors and chased the attackers. US President Donald Trump said that he would deploy federal agents to assist in search for elderly mother of popular US morning news anchor Savannah Guthrie, who vanished from her Arizona home several days ago. It's time for a short break. Keep watching DD India.
Jharkhand will mesmerize you with majestic nature, rich heritage and colorful culture.
Hello. Johar.
Johar. It fits perfectly.
Thank you.
Full workout हो गया.
Ready?
Postcards from Jharkhand on National Geographic.
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. Let's continue. An unusual cold snap hit Cuba as popular air pushed temperatures to 0 degrees Celsius, a national record, forcing residents and pets to bundle up across streets. Storm Leonardo flooded southern Spain's Andalusia, inundating Granada streets, forcing 3,500 evacuations, overwhelming sewers with 1,600 responders deployed. Portugal's Alcácer do Sal was flooded after successive storms caused by the Sado River to overflow, leaving streets underwater and residents wading through floodwaters. A strong cold front hit Colombia's Caribbean coast, stranding a boat and scattering debris across beaches. Rough seas and strong winds disrupted coastal activity, prompting authorities to monitor conditions and urge caution for fishermen and residents. Indian naval ship Ghadial reached Colombo with 10 Bailey bridges to support Sri Lanka's post-cyclone recovery by restoring damaged road connectivity and aiding relief efforts. The Bailey Bridge delivery is part of India's humanitarian assistance to Sri Lanka under Operation Sagar Bandhu and a $450 million aid package, reaffirming India's role as a key regional partner. A cold wave has tightened its hold over Kashmir, with temperatures dipping sharply in Srinagar, while tourists wrapped in warm clothes enjoy the chilly conditions and the scenic views at Dal Lake. Strong winds triggered a sudden cold wave across Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj, affecting daily life. Pilgrims and residents were affected as temperatures dropped sharply. Uttar Pradesh's Aligarh witnessed dense fog and a sharp rise in cold conditions following a change in weather. Reduced visibility and chilly winds affected normal life. 3 vehicles were stranded at the Zojila Pass in Kargil in Ladakh after an avalanche struck the area. Rescue operations continue to ensure the safety of those trapped amid harsh weather conditions. A rare drawing by Italian Renaissance master Michelangelo is set to go under the hammer at Christie's on Thursday, with an estimated value of the work between $1.5 to $2 million. At the New York Botanical Garden in Bronx, thousands of orchids in vibrant colors are on display in the new exhibition inspired by city life. The exhibition runs from the 7th of February to the 26th of April. The curved saber that belonged to Argentine national hero General Jose de San Martin is on display at the National Historical Museum in Buenos Aires. Auction house Sotheby's sold a remembrance painting Young Lion for nearly $18 million, making it one of the most valuable old master works ever sold at an auction. Scientists on a deep-sea expedition along Argentina's coastline have documented a rare giant phantom jellyfish. The world's first permanent Pokemon theme park, Pokepark Kanto, has opened in Tokyo, attracting huge interest amid record tourism and strong global popularity of the franchisee. Horse-themed decorations are flying off the shelves at the Yiwu International Trade Market in eastern China's Zhejiang province as the Lunar New Year approaches. Penny, a 4-year-old Doberman Pinscher, a German breed dog, was crowned best in the show at 2026 Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show. beating over 2,500 entries. The world's first artificial intelligence tool has been developed to track icebergs from the moment they break away, helping scientists better understand their hidden impact on climate change. The elders of Bayangol District's 8th Khoru embody the community spirit, sociable, active and inspiring. Retired yet vibrant, they danced joyfully while still caring for grandchildren and guiding families, reflecting lifelong dedication and responsibility. India's Railway Ministry, in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment, has launched an artificial intelligence-enabled intrusion detection system to prevent elephants from being hit by trains. In southern India's Kerala, farmers organized a seed fair to revive traditional crops that are fast disappearing. The event showcased rare local vegetables, spices and jams, including the Doordarshan plavin, a unique jackfruit variety whose seeds resemble the Doordarshan beets. The ongoing Magh Mela in Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj is drawing to a close, with pilgrims including the Kalpavasis who observe disciplined and austere stay at the holy site for prescribed spiritual period beginning to depart. The Magh Mela is scheduled to conclude on the 15th of this month. In India, Sangeet Dwar has been soft launched as a unified digital one-window platform designed to streamline permissions for on-ground public music performances across the country. Assam's Manas National Park hosted a 4-day training on captive Asian elephant welfare, uniting international experts, Kaziranga teams and Wildlife Trust of India with Australia's Help Foundation from the 1st to the 4th of February. Bollywood super hit movie Border 2 continues its strong weekday performance, collecting 400 crore rupees worldwide. The film showed steady audience acceptance with consistent week 2 earnings. Popular Indian action crime thriller series earlier released on OTT is now a film, Mirzapur the movie. It's all set to be in the theatres on the 4th of September. What's 2, the sequel to the popular OTT crime thriller series Vad, is set to release in cinemas on February 6th. The film stars Sanjay Mishra and Neena Gupta. Hindi language drama film Tanvi the Great, directed by Anupam Kher and starring Shobhangi Dutt, has secured the 7th position at IMDb's list of best Bollywood films of 2025. Indian actor Taapsee Pannu's upcoming investigative courtroom drama Assi, directed by Anubhav Sinha, has released its trailer. The film is scheduled for a theatrical release on the 20th of February. The trailer of Indian actors Siddhant Chaturvedi and Mrunal Thakur star a romantic drama Do Dewane Shehar Mein has been released. The film is set to be released in theatres on the 20th of this month. An Indian filmmaker and actor Anurag Kashyap's film Kennedy, starring Rahul Bhatt and Sunny Leone, will premiere digitally on an OTT platform on the 20th of February. Actors Varun Dhawan and Mrunal Thakur began shooting for their upcoming Indian Hindi language romantic fun family entertainer film Jawani To Ishq Hona Hai in Mumbai on Thursday. Grammy Award winner singer John Mayer will make his India debut with a live concert in Mumbai on the 11th of February. La Monte McLemore, a founding member of the Fifth Dimension, a popular vocal group of the late 1960s and early 1970s, has died at the age of 90. Olympic gold medalist shooter Abhinav Bindra said that he's truly humbled and honored after carrying the Olympic torch in Italy ahead of the Winter Olympics. The 2026 Winter Olympics begins on Friday in Milan and Cortina de Ambezzo cities in Italy. Italian government said that it has thwarted series of cyber attacks targeting the Winter Olympics. Shooters Shruchi Singh and Samrat Rana clinched the silver medal for India in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event at the Asian Shooting Championship in New Delhi. The International Olympic Committee elected its first female member from Iran named Soraya Aghei, who competed in the badminton tournament at the Tokyo Olympics. India opened its account in style at the Zagreb ranking series, finishing day one with 1 gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze in the men's freestyle wrestling in Croatia. Olympic boxing champion Iman Khalif admitted that she had undergone hormone treatments ahead of the 2024 Games, but reaffirmed that she is not a transgender. Olympic silver medalist Mirabai Chanu broke 3 national records while clinching the women's 48-kilogram title during National Weightlifting Championship. In pursuit of a record-extending 6th title, the Indian under-19 cricket team takes on England in the World Cup final in Harare on Friday. Royal Challengers Bengaluru will take on Delhi Capitals in the Women's Premier League final today. Hockey India announced a 24-member team for the Rourkela leg of the FIH Men's Pro League 2025-26, scheduled to take place from the 10th to the 15th of February. Jack Draper prepares to return this week at Britain's Davis Cup qualifier match against Norway in Oslo after a long-term injury absence. Alexander Zverev withdrew his name from the upcoming Rotterdam Open due to ankle problems. Manchester City completed a 5-1 aggregated win over Newcastle United to storm into the Carabao Cup final. Inter Milan qualified for the Italian Cup semi-finals with a 2-1 win over a batting Torino. That's it in Express News. It was such a delight to bring you Express News. Hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.